Erica Kirby claims she broke her elbow after a cyclist mowed her down on a bike path. Danielle Johnson says she's not to blame since the plaintiff was roller skating backwards.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Sean. Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Kirby versus Johnson. Ms. Kirby, you are suing Ms. Johnson for $10,000 in lost wages and medical expenses. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Johnson, you say that whatever her injuries were all her fault. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Let me hear first from the plaintiff. Ms. Kirby, how did you get injured?
Well, it was just a regular Saturday morning. Me and my husband went out. We took my twin daughters, they were 3 years old. We took them out on a little bike ride. I wasn't behind them. They were in front of me on a bike. They were in like in a little buggy, you know, in front of me, the kids. And I'm rolling my roller skates behind them on the little pathway on Venice Beach. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that area.
I am.
We're going the opposite direction of each other, me and the defendant. And I'm turned around on my roller skates. The second I turn back around.
You're on roller blades or roller skates?
Roller skates.
Okay, you're on roller skates.
Yes. The second I turn back around, she is like literally coming straight towards me on her bike, hits me on my left side and causes me to fall down onto my right side. Me trying to break my fall, I try to put my hand down and I'm breaking my elbow.
Okay, so you had a collision, you on your roller skates, Ms. Johnson on her bike.
Correct.
And you break your elbow.
Yes.
All right, what happens?
Basically, I'm screaming hysterically for my husband. Bystanders are calling my husband. I guess somebody calls the EMT, the beach EMT. He comes and he assesses my injuries and he tells me that he feels like it could either be a sprain or I could have broken my elbow.
Okay, and what was the final determination?
The final determination was I broke my elbow. I went to the emergency room right after that and they told me I broke my elbow.
Do you have any evidence to support that? May I see it, please?
I'll take all of
Ms. Johnson, so you're riding your bike on the pathway on Venice Beach?
Correct.
And you had a collision with Ms. Kirby?
Ms. Kirby had a collision with me.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Yes, so we're
Don't be mad at me. I'm not Ms. Kirby.
I'm not mad at you,
I'm just trying to figure out where you were.
I'm not mad at you, Judge. I'm just mad I'm not at work for my child right now.
Go ahead. So you were riding your bike.
Correct.
Tell me why you were there. Were you there by yourself?
I was there by myself. It was my off day. I am a full-time mother, single parent, so I take pride in my off days. So I decided to go to Venice Beach and ride my bike, as I usually do when I'm off. Now, myself and the plaintiff, we were coming towards each other in opposite directions, of course. And I noticed that she's turning around because she's going the opposite way, and she hits my handlebar. As a result of that, we both fall. Now, immediately, my first instinct is, okay, let me get out of the way. I don't want it to be a pileup. I don't want anybody else to get hurt or anybody else to fall. So I move over out of the middle of the trail, and I proceed to ask her, are you okay? You know, she stayed on the ground a little bit longer than me after the fall. She was very hysterical, and at that point, that's when the EMTs and the beach police showed up.
All right, so she was coming towards you, but her back was to you.
Correct.
So you could see her as you rode the bike.
I did try to move over to give her that space she needed, but it was also other people on the trail. So in order to not hurt myself as well as other people, she collided with my handle on my bicycle.
Just the handle?
Correct.
And then, so the actual hitting of the bicycle is not what caused your injury directly. It started the process of your injury. You actually hurt your arm when you fell down on it.
The actual bike did not hit my arm, but when I fell onto my right arm.
Were you, and where was it broken?
Right here.
Right here?
Yes,
okay.
I had to wear a sling.
I see the evidence of you going to the urgent care And you receiving treatment. Were you wearing those elbow pad things or
No,
and
I
knee
wasn't.
pads?
No, I wasn't. I had a helmet on, but I didn't have any.
No pads on arms or knees?
No.
Coming up,
It's roughly around $6,000 for 2 months of daycare. Transportation for my kids to get back and forth from daycare, that's another fee right there. Like all the fees that I've had to.
This is a lot of fees for a broken arm.
and later,
So you're out $722.
Yes.
Did you eat any of the food she brought?
No.
Oh, you threw it away?
I tossed it.
I left
you
it there,
tossed
yeah,
it.
because she pushed me out of the venue.
we're back with a dispute between Erica Kirby and Danielle Johnson over a bicycle accident.
I'm waiting for you to testify because the testimony thus far is that when you spun around, you hit the end of her bicycle handle. You didn't even testify that Ms. Johnson hit you.
She did hit. That was
Exactly.
the first thing I said was that she hit me. She hit me with her bike.
Okay, so you're saying she mowed you down like the tire hit
She was
you.
yes, because if you're
Not
if
true.
you are familiar with the trail,
true.
if you're the fastest people are going down the middle. She's going extremely fast. She didn't hit me. It wasn't a slight little push. She rammed
And
into
who was
me.
with you on this trail?
My husband and my 2 kids.
Is your husband's not here
No.
as a witness?
No, he's not.
Do you have a statement from your husband?
No, I do not.
Do you have a statement from any witness that was out there that she hit you
Well,
with your bike?
there's a police incident in there that that should be in there.
The police was not there to witness the incident
But
when
then,
it took
but
place.
then someone,
so the
I was not
incident
able to
report
call
will
the
not
police.
reflect
Someone
that they
else
saw
called
me
the
hit her
police.
with
So
my
someone
bike
else had to have told the
because that
police
didn't
what
happen,
happened.
Your Honor.
Where was your husband on the trail?
He was right in front of me.
Did he see this happen?
No, he did not see it.
Okay, then he can't be a witness. In the police report, you tell the police that Ms. Johnson's bike hit you.
Yes.
Did you also stay and give your account to the police?
Yes, I did, Judge, and I let them know that the handlebars is what she ran into that caused her to
There
fall.
is
as
no
well.
What kind of
way.
bike were you riding?
There is no way
I'm a
handlebars.
trailblazer, so as you know, if you've seen one, the handlebars are a little bit longer
There's
than that
no way.
standard bicycle.
There's no way a handlebar would cause me to break my elbow.
No, your
So
fall
when you
caused
spun
you to
around
break your
on your
elbow.
skates, when you spun around on your skates, what did you see instantly?
She was right there. Like the second I turned around, she mowed me to the ground. Like I had
The
literally
tire
no
hit
time.
you, or did you hit the top of her bike?
I don't even know what part hit me. It happened so fast. That's what I'm saying. I just know that the bike was
It makes
right
no
in my
sense,
face.
Judge. She's contradicting herself. First she said it was the bike, then she said it was the handlebar. Now
I
she's
never
unsure.
said it was the handlebar. That came out of her mouth. I said the bike mowed me down. I said that from the jump, that the bike hit me.
And is this because you believe she was trying to do that on purpose, or
I don't think it was purposely, no,
Of
but I
course
think
not.
it was definitely a mistake on her end. She should have been
you
more.
thought she was negligent?
Yes.
We know now that you all collided. We know that you were injured. Take me to your damages. $10,000 in lost wages, but you say you're a stay-at-home mom. Explain to the court how you came to that
I
number.
actually have an article in there on how much a stay-at-home mom would make, and it's around $40,000, I believe, a year. Of
Yes,
work that I would be
I've actually
doing.
read one of these articles, and they're fascinating. And I've stayed at home with my son before. I know it is no easy
It is
task.
definitely not an easy task, and I am here by myself. I'm actually moved here from Texas, so all my family is in Texas. It's just me and my husband out here. I have no other help, and with me wanting to be a hands-on mother, I don't really even trust people around my kids like that. So the fact that I even had to even put my kids into daycare was something that was emotional, stressful for me and also my kids.
All right. During the time that your arm was hurt.
Yes, the first 2 months, my complete recovery time, I believe, was 4 months. The first 2 months, I was on a sling. I literally could not do anything, so I had to put them in daycare for 2 months. And for twins, I believe it's roughly around $6,000 for 2 months of daycare. So that's a big lump sum of the money right there. And then to get my house cleaned was a lot of money as well. Cooking, I had to pay for transportation for my kids to get back and forth from daycare. That's another fee right there. Like all the fees that I've had to.
This is a lot of fees for a broken arm?
It's a lot
I
of
mean,
things.
these are all
It's extremely a lot of
associated
things.
with
And
being a
me
mother.
with me being a stay-at-home mom, it's like I had before it didn't seem like it was that much, but then once I was,
You were inconvenienced. You were not incapacitated.
Exactly, Your Honor.
There's two different things, and I'm trying to understand
this
for
is
you.
my dominant arm. I cannot do stuff with this arm. I cannot drive with my left arm.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 3 years old.
What I then question and I ask you, and I think to myself is, if this woman can be so incapacitated by a possible or a real broken arm, why would she go out and skate on Venice Beach backwards or even forward for that matter, where there are bicycles and everything else, without wearing the proper safety protocol, the padding on your elbows and your knees? You've got 2 3-year-olds to take care of, but you're not taking care of yourself enough to ensure that you can be there for them. It is the determination of this court that Ms. Johnson was not responsible for the accident because she was negligent. You all had an accident. You collided. And if you would have had on the pads on your elbows and your knees like you did on your head, I really do believe you would not have been injured. For this reason, judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
This is ridiculous to me because I feel like my kids lost in this whole thing. My husband lost, my family lost, but you know, it is what it is.
I feel like there's always going to be people who try to manipulate the system, and judges like Judge Lake will make sure that never happens.
Coming up,
We said 11 a.m. on the day of the party. And guess who's not there at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m.?
You knew what time you were supposed to be there, right, Ms. Wang?
Yes. And the reason why I was late was because Mrs. Costello gave me the wrong address.
Naomi Costello claims her nephew's graduation party was nearly ruined after the caterers showed up late. Giovanni Wang says she would have arrived on time if the plaintiff had given her the correct address.
Good day, everyone. This is the case of Costello versus Wang. Ms. Costello, you are suing Ms. Wang for $722 for breach of contract. Ms. Wang, you say there was no breach of contract. The issues were caused by the plaintiff. Is that correct? I'll start with you, Ms. Costello. What happened?
So I'm throwing a party for my nephew's graduation from high school. And a friend of mine sends me a video that Miss Wang did creating this amazing food banquet. And I thought she's perfect to hire to cater for the party. So a few days later, we hop on a Zoom and we go through all the details. We do the menu, prices, location, daytime, everything. Good to go. I pay her in full up front. We said 11 a.m. on the day of the party. And guess who's not there at 11 a.m.?
You knew what time you were supposed to be there, right, Ms. Wang?
Yes.
And you agree that you were contracted for $515 to prepare party food, chicken wings, salad, all of this.
Yeah, the initial agreement, we agreed that it was going to be within party hours, and that's why I feel like we did not breach a contract. And the reason why I was late was because Mrs. Costello gave me the wrong address. She actually wrote, instead of 345 North Kimura Way, she ended up writing 3445 South Kimura Way, which was on the other side of Westlake Mountain.
Oh,
Coming up,
All my guests have already eaten. What am I supposed to do with a whole bunch of cold food that's probably gone bad because it's been sitting in a car for like a million hours?
we're back with the case of Naomi Costello and Giovanni Wang, who are arguing over catering gone wrong.
I was trying to contact Mrs. Costello when I noticed that there's a problem like this. I remember there's supposed to be this venue is not supposed to be at a house. So then I tried calling her, tried texting her, but I could not reach her at all. There was no cell reception.
what time did you arrive on that side of the mountain?
I would say around 12 p.m. Yeah, because
So,
you were
but
late
you
there
were supposed to be on the other side by 11 a.m.
so what ended up happening that I didn't expect was that there was construction.
These are just excuses. I gave you the name of the banquet hall, which is the only banquet hall in the mountains.
She never gave it to me.
Over Zoom. I told her over Zoom.
She gave it to me over Zoom. She told me a lot of things over Zoom.
So
She
you
told me
didn't
exactly
know
the
that
details
she
she
told
wanted
you-
on the food. She told me she wanted breadcrumbs on the mac and cheese. She told me to not put. She didn't want them. She wanted them lightly toasted. She didn't want them too crispy. I had to make sure
But
I get all
isn't
those
that what you
details.
talk about on a Zoom when you hire a caterer?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I'm saying that she also mentioned the.
You seem like such a nice lady, Miss Wang, but I don't understand if you got a pen in your hand and you writing breadcrumbs. When she gives the name of the venue, why don't you write the name? So get me to the part where you now have to order pizzas because you got a party full of people and no food.
People are arriving. I'm stressing out. And now it's 1. Okay, so around like 12:45, I have to make a decision. I need to order food because someone's got to cook food and bring it. And pizza's the fastest thing. So luckily, I'm able to order a bunch of pizzas. They show up without a problem.
You have cell phone reception. You can order pizzas on your side of the mountain.
Yeah.
All right. And so you got the pizzas.
Yeah, got the
What
pizzas.
time does Miss Wang finally show up?
2:15.
And what time is the party over?
4.
All
And by
right.
the time she shows up with cold food, all my guests have already eaten. They're not even hungry. What am I supposed to do with a whole bunch of cold food that's probably gone bad because it's been sitting in a car for like a million hours?
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
So you're out $722.
Yes.
Which is what you're suing for.
Yes.
And you believe she owes you all that money back.
Yes.
Did you eat any of the food she brought?
No.
Oh, you threw it away?
I tossed it.
I left
you
it there,
tossed
yeah,
it.
because she pushed me out of the venue. I actually tried to make things right with her, and I got there, explained the situation. I told her, I feel awful, I'm so sorry, this has never happened before.
You could have said no. You could have said, I'm not comfortable catering in that location. I would have found someone else.
Well, because you were right, because it was a referral from your best friend.
The fact that she arrived to the other side of the mountain 1 hour late due to all of the traffic, that's on her. But you have to take some responsibility for giving the wrong address. Because when you are doing something like that, the difference between a north and a south can change the whole picture, and that's just what it did. I believe in this instance, you both share responsibility, so it's the judgment of this court, judgment for the plaintiff for $361. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $361.
I still think you owe me the entire amount. I mean, I'll take what I can get, but this is ridiculous.
I think you should take some responsibility for giving the wrong address.
Okay, absolutely not. And this just means I will never pay for anything off of Instagram ever again. I don't know what I was thinking.
Sally Thompson claims her beloved sculpture was broken by her neighbor who had too much to drink at her art show. Caroline Beck says she only finished one drink and has already repaired the sculpture.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, Sean. Thank you. Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Thompson versus Beck. Ms. Thompson, you are suing Ms. Beck for $475 for breaking your sculpture. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The defendant, Ms. Beck, says it was an accident and you actually tried to fix it.
I did. I repaired it and returned it.
Oh, all right. Well, let me hear what the issue is. Ms. Thompson, why are you suing Ms. Beck for $475?
Well, this is a very precious statue. It's one of a kind. It can't be replaced. I know the artist personally. I had a little art show at my house, which I do once in a while, and in my neighborhood. I thought I would give her an opportunity to attend.
How do you know Ms. Beck?
She's my next door neighbor, but she isn't actually very social. I know all my neighbors in my neighborhood. I really never had the opportunity to spend any time with her.
So this was a good opportunity.
Exactly.
To invite her over while others were there. All right. How does it get broken?
Okay, to kind of paint a picture, I have a really large home, and it has a very large foyer. In fact, I do have a diagram showing my home
I'd like to see
entryway.
it.
Okay.
Be careful of that statue, Sean.
Yes.
You bringing me that
Please
evidence.
do.
I don't want to get sued.
Okay, you don't want to be up here next week.
So as I was saying, unless you need a moment to review it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Very large foyer. It's almost as large as this room here. My kitchen is off to the left. and my living room off to the right. I had a bar centrally located between the two, and I had art pieces around the foyer.
Okay.
Okay. So the statue was placed, this statue here, on a pedestal that I purchased. It was a very expensive pedestal, very hardy, so that it wouldn't, it's not a flimsy, it was $800 itself. In fact, it was more valuable than this statue.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
Because the statue means a lot to me. I've personally known the artist since he was a child, and I wanted everyone else to be able to admire it, so I just kind of placed it centrally located there.
Can you please approach the plasma and tell me where you have art and art, but was that just two tables of art, or was
Well, there's
art
also
going
art
all?
like hung on the wall? These are only there, the diagram, because they're placed on pedestals as well. So I had art on the wall, art on the wall, art on the wall, and then like the
Statue is on the pedestal.
and the pedestal was even larger than the statue. So it wasn't just a tiny little.
Okay.
Okay.
And so how did it get broken? You can step back over to the
Okay.
podium.
Basically, what happened is the party was actually going amazing. Everybody's enjoying themselves. They're going into the kitchen and having some hors d'oeuvres. They stop up at the bar. My neighbor here, that I don't know very well, she kind of hung out a lot right in front of the bar. So she was at the bar, I would say almost the entire night. And at some point during the evening, I just kind of felt like she was inebriated. And
How many drinks did you have, or did you drink it all, Ms. Beck?
I had one glass of wine, and that was it. I had just gotten a second glass. I hadn't even started it. One glass of wine.
Okay, so you had a glass of wine. You were hanging out at the bar. Why? It was kind of a central place, or you just felt more comfortable?
You know, as she pointed out, I'm not invited to a lot of events, so I was a little uncomfortable, and that was sort of the central place where people were gathering. And I was able to talk to a few people. Since I wasn't really a part of a group, I was just sort of talking to people as they came up.
Right, it's a stationary place where when
Exactly.
people come, they have a moment while they're waiting on their drink. Usually people
Exactly.
talk. That sounds normal. How does the statue get broken, Ms. Thompson?
Okay, so in my view of her just animated personality, that again I don't know very well, I noticed that she was flailing around a lot as she
She doesn't
spoke.
seem to flail too much right now.
Well, it is maybe because she's not inebriated or intoxicated.
Oh,
So a
okay.
different type of personality perhaps came out. And I asked her, I pulled her aside, not to embarrass her, because I know she doesn't know anyone. And I told her she needed to tone it down.
Coming up,
What is a flail?
Okay, like, I don't want to get too close to it and have it again, but it's sort of like, just, I don't know.
That doesn't seem like her personality at all.
Well, again, you're not seeing her with too many drinks.
and later,
But once I did arrive there, I came to find out that she actually gave away the ticket that she said she was going to give to me to somebody else.
we're back with a dispute between Sally Thompson and her neighbor Caroline Beck over a damaged sculpture.
You ask her to take it down a notch, and then what happens?
I want to say, like, within a few minutes, she made her way from the bar and just kind of flailed. It happened so fast.
What is a flail?
Okay, like, I don't want to get too close to it and have it again, but it's sort of like, just, I don't know.
That doesn't seem like her personality at all.
Well, again, you're not seeing her with too many drinks. But she was very animated, and she was using her hands a lot. Like, sometimes I could do that. I'm doing it right now. My husband would go
I was
like,
about to say, now you
yeah,
look,
but
you're
I'm not
flailing a little bit
flailer.
more than her.
Yeah, I'm not flailing around hitting
Right,
people's-
so what happens? She does that, and then what happens?
Okay, so I went everywhere, and I just was in shock. We tried to pick up
So
the
wait,
pieces.
she hit the statue.
Right, and it broke onto the ground.
It falls, it breaks, pieces are everywhere. What happens?
Well, I get on my hands and knees to try to pick up all the pieces and put them up on the table, and I'm just look at her like, I can't believe you did that.
And so, Ms. Beck, when you hit the statue, was it an accident, or was it because you were being irresponsible and flailing? What was going on?
At that point, I was walking with some people and looking at the art. And I was not flailing about, but I was talking to people, and I was trying maybe, to get in with some people who I don't know very well. So I might have been a little animated, but I was not flailing. And there were other people in there, and I guess I just accidentally bumped it, and it did fall off, and it broke. I want to say that it did not break, as you can see, into too many pieces. It was just like a couple of like basically a large piece. But I was embarrassed, I was mortified. So I picked them up and I said, let me take them home and I'll repair them. And
Or you're going to send it somewhere?
I said I was going to. It's a couple pieces. So I did, in fact.
I would have never let her take it if that was the
Well,
case.
that's what I
The way that
said.
she represented it is just give me the opportunity to fix this and make it right.
And when she said, give me the opportunity to fix this, what did you say?
I said, I'll give you an opportunity,
Oh,
but I don't know how you're going to do that. I mean, again, I was in shock. I didn't think that it could be repaired, but I thought, well, maybe she'll contact the artist. She did meet him that night. Maybe they can work something out.
Did you contact the artist, Ms. Beck?
No, I did not.
Your choice was to take the pieces home and try to glue them back together
with
yourself?
super glue.
So you declined that offer, Ms. Thompson?
No.
You declined the offer for her to take it home.
I
accepted
accepted the offer for her to take it home because she said that she was going to have it fixed. So I assumed she meant professionally, not super glue.
So then what happened?
So she brought it back to me the next day super glued. And she thought that was all right. I just looked at it, I go, no, this is not what we...
Ms. Beck, did you call any repair shops, places that specialize in repairing items like this to see how much it would cost to repair that?
No, I did not. But I did go to an art store and describe the material and picked up a special glue, not super glue. And I did glue it back together, and I think it looks pretty good.
I'd like to see it a little closer.
Okay,
Sean, can you bring me the statue carefully?
Very careful.
I would have never allowed it if I knew that she was going to take it and try to super glue it together.
That is what I said, except not super glue.
It's a cute little statue.
Thank you. He's a great artist.
Be careful now. Oh, I can see the crack. And so the $475 you're suing her for is the value
That's
of
the value.
the sculpture.
Yeah, I'm not charging her or trying to, get back the...
You're charging her the amount to replace it.
Exactly.
All right. I will say, for a person that doesn't fix art or, repair sculptures, you didn't do a terrible job with this super glue, but I do believe that a person who specializes in repairing these types of items could make, kind of the line and these definitive marks disappear as best they can. I do think under the circumstances, Ms. Beck, after you hit the item, you did immediately express regret and offer to fix it because you knocked it over. On the other hand, Ms. Thompson, I must say, if this is a prized possession of yours, I am not sure why it was on a pedestal in the middle of the floor at a party that easily could have been knocked off. So for that reason, I do not believe you're entitled to collect the full value of the statue. Okay. But I do believe that from this point where Ms. Beck has gotten it, you will be able to take it to someone to be able to kind of tighten up these crevices and make it look cleaner. Therefore, judgment for the plaintiff for $250.
Thank you.
Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $250.
Well, I'm not happy that it's broken, but I am glad that this is resolved.
I apologize again, but we didn't have to be so dramatic.
Me dramatic? Yes. Maybe you should listen to yourself.
Let me lead you out, please.
Coming up.
What happens that you decide to give the ticket away?
When I got to San Diego, he wasn't responding. He did not respond to my call. I texted him twice asking him where he was. He was supposed to meet us at the hotel and he did not.
Jesse Carter claims he agreed to go to a concert with the defendant, but when he arrived, he found out she gave his ticket away. Fiona Bellinger says she thought he ghosted her, so she felt he could buy his own ticket.
The everyone. Good day. This is the case of Carter versus Bellinger. Mr. Carter, you are suing Ms. Bellinger for $1,017.50. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
These are expenses from a concert ticket. And the defendant, Ms. Bellinger, says you're not responsible for anything. All right, I want to know what happened. Start from the beginning, Ms. Carter. It was a concert?
Correct.
What kind of concert?
This was for a Pitbull concert down in San Diego.
All right.
We had originally made an agreement to go to this concert together, me, her, and her roommate, Haley. She had texted me asking if I would like a ticket. She had a spare ticket, and I agreed to that. And she was aware that I was going to be buying train tickets for my transport down to San Diego. I also bought a room for a hotel for myself, and I also took the day off of work because it was a Friday. And my train was a bit delayed, but once I did arrive there, I came to find out that she actually gave away the ticket that she said she was going to give to me to somebody else. And so I had to buy a resale ticket for $510.
What happens that you decide to give the ticket away?
When I got to San Diego, he wasn't responding. He did not respond to my call. I texted him twice asking him where he was. He was supposed to meet us at the hotel, and he did not. So at the end of the night, Haley had told me, she was gonna buy a resale ticket, but I said, he has ghosted me, so why don't you just take the ticket and let's go in. If he responds to me, then we can tell him, we're already in, where are you? And he can buy his own ticket at that point. And that is what happened.
Coming up.
But until the ticket is received, right? The person giving the gift can always...
We're back with the case of Jesse Carter, who brought Fiona Bellinger to court over a concert ticket.
And so, Mr. Carter, while you're going through these delays on the train, you say you took the train.
Yes, I took the Amtrak.
You couldn't text Ms. Bellinger?
The place we
Call?
were... Right, the place that we had delayed at, we actually made a stop halfway down to San Diego, and I was not having any phone connection during that time. And by the time that it did reconnect, I was able to actually see her text, and I actually texted back letting her know.
Did you bring those text messages?
I did, yeah.
Let me see those, please.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the invitation. So I see now from this text message exchange, Ms. Bellinger, you're saying, Jesse, where are you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, seriously, a response would be nice about right now.
Yes, that was when we were in the hotel waiting for him.
Then he did say the train's running late.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the deal. Did this text conversation create a legally binding agreement between the both of you? Even if it did not, it was just you all talking on text. You want the ticket? Yeah. Now, technically, that could be a gift, right? That could be just like, I'm going to gift you this ticket, right? But until the ticket is received, right, the person giving the gift can always change their mind. Mm-hmm. Here's the twist. If Mr. Carter missed the whole concert because he didn't have a ticket and he didn't have any money to get in, he would have suffered significant damages because you gave away the ticket that he relied on himself having. But you went and bought a ticket.
Correct.
So, therefore, you almost remedied the problem by buying yourself a ticket.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
So it's the determination of this court is that your damages really are not your train ticket because you saw the concert.
Correct.
The damages are, really, that you should have had the free ticket because you did let her know you were running behind as soon as you possibly could. Unfortunately, she had already given the ticket away.
Correct.
But she knew that it was your intention to come. For this reason, I believe you owe Mr. Carter the value of the ticket. The train was not his fault. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Judgment for the plaintiff for $510. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $510.
Hope it was worth it.
Oh, it was.
Follow me this way. to your left.
Judith Towns claims her credit rating was on the line after the father of her grandchild refused to pay his share of the rent. Tyler Young says his ex-girlfriend kicked him out of the apartment, so he shouldn't have to pay.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello. Thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone. Good day. This is the case of Towns versus Young. Ms. Towns, you are suing Mr. Young for $1,850 for the cost of a broken lease. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And Mr. Young, you say that you never asked the plaintiff to be a co-signer.
Exactly.
All right. So let's start with you, Ms. Towns. What happened?
Well, first of all, let me start off by saying that yes, Tyler does owe me $1,850. I co-signed for both of them. My daughter here, who is his ex-girlfriend, and the mother of his child. I signed for both of them. So therefore, I feel entitled that he should be paying me back the money.
All right. So Mr. Young is your daughter's ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
And you co-signed a lease for them.
Sure did.
All right. And how much was this lease for?
The lease was $3,700.
Okay, a month?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, and so you co-signed because when they went to get the place, they couldn't approve?
No, they couldn't get approved, Your Honor, for the simple fact is, with the marketing going on right now, their age and the fact that they don't have bad credit, they have no credit. No credit. So I felt inclined to help my daughter get this place because she told me he wanted to marry her. So again, to help my daughter get some responsibility, Your Honor, because I'm gonna be straight up, I have overcompensated for my daughter. I played both mom and dad. She didn't have her father growing up, and so I have pampered her and turned her into the Princess Peach that she is. And so I figured, you know, she graduated from college. Very proud of her for that. Stayed in Washington, D.C. for a year, came back home, and into 6 months of her being back home, found this dude.
All right, so she met Mr. Young. They started a relationship.
Yes.
Were they in an ongoing relationship, a long-term relationship?
I would consider it long-term, given the fact that, you know, she's going to his house, he's coming over to mine, we're going out.
How long were they dating?
Oof, maybe about 6 months.
How long were you dating, Mr. Young? Do you remember?
Probably like 8 months.
About 8 months.
Yeah.
And then you decided to move in together?
I mean, she was at the crib all the time, so.
What crib?
My crib. So prior to, you know, us getting the high rise, I was living in my own crib.
So you already had your own apartment?
I had my own spot.
No, tell her where you was really
All right,
living.
so what made you decide you wanted to go get a high-rise apartment?
No, her daughter decided that she wanted a high rise apartment because she wanted to be a social media influencer. So it didn't fit the aesthetic that she wanted.
Oh, your apartment you had?
Yeah.
It was two bachelor pads.
I mean, but she was enjoying it when she was with me.
Okay,
But
but she didn't want to live in there?
Nah.
So you all decided to go get this high-rise apartment. And so you went to go look at it.
We went to go look at it.
How much was the rent on it?
The rent was about $3,700. We weren't getting approved on it without a cosigner. She spoils her daughter. That's the reason why she co-signed. She don't care about me.
So you all went to the apartment. It was more than you could afford together.
I could actually
Or that you could approve for.
Exactly. I have a great job. I just had started my job. I was getting paid good. I just didn't have
What do you
credit.
do for a living?
I work in insurance. So I was taking care of I was going to take care of the bills. I could afford it.
You were going to pay the whole $3,700 a month by yourself?
Had been too.
Okay, so you did get the apartment because Ms. Towns, you co-signed.
Yes,
Exactly.
ma'am.
All right, so you co-sign, they move in, and the bills are getting paid.
The bills are getting paid, yes. Along with the bills getting paid, the drama is accumulating. The arguing, the fights. First of all, Your Honor, let me just be quite frank with you in front of him. I never really approved of the relationship. He is significantly older than my daughter. And while he's trying to make it seem like he's in some kind of bachelor pad, let's just break it down. He was in, it was horrible. The neighborhood where he lived, when I went over there, like there's nothing but an air mattress, maybe a table and a PS5. But
it was
again,
mine, right? It was mine.
It's yours.
It was mine,
it's
though,
yours.
right? Okay, I'm
but
just making
don't
sure.
make it seem.
She had no place.
Don't make it seem. She had a place. home.
No, she was with me too.
Yeah, she was with you, but was she
All right,
with
let's
you?
get some order.
Okay.
Let's get some order.
Coming up,
He's cheating on you and he becomes verbally abusive.
Yeah,
the relationship goes
emotionally.
downhill that quick.
Yeah.
She's not telling her side.
So what's my
She's
side?
a social media influencer. She's out every night.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Judith Towns, who brought her daughter's ex-boyfriend, Tyler Young, to court after he bailed on a lease she co-signed.
You didn't really approve of where Mr. Young was living.
No.
But you knew your daughter was going to be over there. What makes you co-sign for an apartment so your daughter can move in with a guy you don't approve of? Make that make sense, Ms. Towns.
Because he told me he was so enamored in love with my daughter, he wanted to marry her.
And you spoil her. Let's be clear.
That I did.
Well, it seemed like you're putting the cart before the horse, co-signing for a lease. If he want to marry her, let him make the financial and emotional commitment before you go co-sign for a lease.
Yeah, I thought about that as well. And the thing about it is, this is why I told her I would think about it. See, this is not something I just jumped on. See, this is about another month or two of them looking for places and then, oh, Mom, are you going to do it? I found this over here. Oh, they said no.
No, she was.
So your daughter's coming back and saying, Mom, can you help us? Can you help us?
Can you help us? Because they have no credit in this market and day and age. You cannot get an apartment or anything without some kind of form of credit, some type of history.
Well, he got an apartment. It just wasn't the kind your daughter wanted to live in.
Yeah, but in the neighborhood that he lives in, a loaf of bread can probably get you in that apartment.
So you made the decision as a mother to co-sign.
To co-sign.
And
for
now
my daughter.
you're saying he owes you $1,850.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because my daughter paid her $1,850. Half of the $3,700 that was owed. That puts me in my credit and good name. That I told them. I told them that when we signed.
But why wasn't I in an apartment? I got kicked out.
When we
I got kicked out of the
signed,
apartment though. Can you tell her that part?
I explained to them the significance of my credit and my name being on the forefront of this. I said in plain terms, give you the PG-13 version, but I said, do not screw me over on this. Did you not agree that you would not do that? Did you not agree that you would not do that? Because I ain't happy with her either.
All right, so you told them, I'm going to put my credit on the line. You all bet not mess this up.
Bet not.
And so, Mr. Young, you say you got kicked out?
I got kicked out.
What, were you on the lease?
I was on the lease.
So how'd you get kicked out when you're on the lease?
When somebody don't want you back and they cut up all your sneakers and your clothes and tell you to go and never come back, you gotta go.
You're right.
Hold on now, Ms.
That's
Towns.
not good for my mental.
I want to hear from your daughter.
That's not good
Stand
for
up,
my
ma'am.
mental.
State your name for the court.
My name is Ashley. Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Ashley.
Okay, Ashley, you cut up Mr. Young's clothes?
I did. And the reason why I did is because I found out he was cheating on me. Tyler's been cheating on me. So I guess I did take it to another level, and that's just because that's how I am sometimes. Again, as he said, I'm a spoiled brat, so I guess he utilized that as me being a spoiled brat. But besides him cheating on me, he has also been verbally abusive to me. So I did take my anger out on him.
So
because
wait,
of that.
this love of your life, you had to have your mama co-sign. You get in there only to figure out he's cheating on you and he becomes verbally abusive?
Yeah,
the relationship goes
emotionally.
downhill that quick?
I mean, yeah.
She's not telling her side. She's not telling her side.
So what's my
She's
side?
a social media influencer. She's out every night. Like, she's not telling that she also cheated. Like, yeah, I cheated. I own that.
I cheated after you cheated on me.
It's not a contest.
Literally cheated on you after I found out
But
your
when
grandmother was never calling you.
But when you're never, don't worry about that. Like,
Yeah,
yes.
no, but I'm worried about that because that's the reason why I found out you were cheating.
He had it logged in as grandma?
Grandma. At
Listen.
2 o'clock in the morning, grandma's calling the phone.
But she got dudes in her DM. It's going down in the DM.
They pay.
Okay, so hold on. So it got to be messy. So y'all did all that to live together. Then you start living together. You out because you an influencer.
High rise from hell. High rise from
And
hell.
it was a high rise from hell.
I was cool with my little pad.
Before we moved into the new high-rise home, you actually lost your place, and we got into the home with my mom. My mom was helping me do a lot of things because, of course, yes, I'm starting out to be a social media influencer, okay?
She never wanted us in that spot. She never wanted us in the spot.
But
She
you lost that
spoils
spot
her.
anyways.
Okay, but the bottom line was you all made it there because of your mother. Your mother helped
Exactly.
you get the apartment. Y'all got the apartment, then fell off. You fell apart.
Facts.
You didn't like that she was out doing her social media influencing thing. You got girls calling you and you got them logged in as grandma.
That's what she
You
said.
laughing, bro. You
I
laughing
caught
now,
you.
but it destroyed your relationship. When you say that there were people DMing her, what did you see in her DMs?
Listen, it was the blue checks. It was a lot of blue checks. You know what blue checks is, right?
Money?
That's
What are you
verified.
talking about? That's money,
Those are
and you're talking
verified
about
guys. I mean, NFL, like, they not really saying much because they blue check. They ain't got to say much.
But your girl said a lot when I answered the phone.
What's the difference? It was a blue check or no check if it's a guy?
Blue
And it was a check to go to our rent. Why he said it was a check to go
Listen,
to our rent,
I paid
our money,
all-
our
Oh,
bills.
you were
I
getting
paid-
money from these guys?
But she wasn't
that's
using it
what
to pay the bills, though.
Influencer, when they like any product that you're doing, like if you're doing a product test or any samples, or so you know, like I do things here and there on,
So wait,
on social
you
media.
just put stuff on the internet, and if
Content.
somebody likes what you put up, then they go to your DMs.
I mean, like
and
any-
they just send you money.
Like any typical person.
Ain't nobody sent me no money.
I mean, girl, I don't know why.
Obviously, we in the wrong business, Sean. All wrong. So it's men in your DMs, and you admit giving you money.
I mean, yeah, not always giving me money. Some
But
of
what
them
you
just
use
give
it
me
for?
some of them give me attention, and it's not the attention that I feed into. You get what I'm saying? I feed into the ones that are aiming towards my content because I'm on here for business. I'm not on here for pleasure.
Coming up,
She cut everything up, destroyed, bleached, everything. Like, she went crazy. So, am I to blame for leaving? Like, you kicking me out.
So you leave, and then the next month you don't pay the rent, your half.
I'm now having to figure out I have to pay a new rent. I gotta sleep on a homie's couch.
we're back with the case of Judith Towns, who brought her daughter's ex-boyfriend, Tyler Young, to court after he bailed on a lease she co-signed.
What prompts the falling out when you figure out that grandma really ain't grandma?
Yeah, and then on top of the abuse already, the toxic relationship that we already have. So on top of that, and then I find out this, and it's not the first time. It's
All
the
right.
first time I heard a girl's
So
voice.
you tell him get out.
Yeah.
Do you get out, Mr. Young?
I left. I had no choice. And it
That's not
wasn't
what you
just
did,
get
okay.
out. It was kick your out. Sorry, excuse my language.
I mean, I'm a girl. I'm a woman. I'm going to tell you get out because
On
I
top
need
of
my
that, I
space.
had no clothes. She cut everything up, destroyed, bleached, everything. Like, she went crazy. So, am I to blame for leaving? Like, you kicking me out.
So you leave, and then the next month you don't pay the rent, your half.
I'm now having to figure out I have to pay a new rent. I gotta sleep on homies' couches. I'm couch surfing at this point.
You used to
Swag surfing on couches at this point. So why should I have to pay your bills?
First of all, you used to that. Second of all, because it's still your bill. You used to
You
that.
got all these women.
But your
Where's grandma?
name is on the lease.
My name was on
So
the list.
then, because he didn't pay, and even though his name was on the lease, he didn't pay it. So you're saying, Ms. Towns, you had to pay that.
Yes, and not only did I have to pay, the way I found out that I had to pay and was going to be responsible is because notice number 1 and notice number 2 must have went to these two, and they never told me, never said nothing until notice number 3 came, the final notice, and that's what they give to the
So
co-signer.
it's either pay or they're going to get kicked out.
Oh no, not only kicked out, pay or get kicked out. How about my credit? My credit score, my
Right.
good name, everything that again,
So
verbal
then you-
agreement,
so
we're
then
not going
you
to screw
pay.
her over.
So then you pay.
And then I pay.
Coming up,
I did know I was pregnant before he left, so that's another
Did
thing.
you know she was pregnant when you left?
No, because it
Yes,
ain't
you
mine
did.
anyway, so.
we're back with the case of Judith Towns, who brought her daughter's ex-boyfriend, Tyler Young, to court after he bailed on a lease she co-signed.
During the 6 months we lived in an apartment, she never paid the rent at all. So.
But that was our agreement. so
Because during
we're
the 6
together.
months
But
of
if
you
we go by
living
agreement-
together in the apartment, Mr. Manipulative, Mr. I'm older than her, so let me get a young chick so I can make her do what I want to do. She's having the responsibility of what? The cooking, the cleaning, the house
She didn't do none
stuff,
of that.
right?
And I was pregnant.
She didn't
You
do-
wanted to be out in the field,
All
and
right,
she's
so
doing this
when
pregnant.
Hold on. Did you know you were pregnant before he left?
I did know I was pregnant before he left, so that's another
Did
thing.
you know she was pregnant when you left?
No, because
Yes,
it
you
ain't mine
did.
anyway, so. You know.
And that's another issue, Judge.
So now
We're
you're-
not doing this. I'm not paying $3,700 and then I'm sitting here paying the financial, the physical time and everything for my grandson.
Now you see what I'm talking about.
I'm not going to do this. Like I said, he's significantly
now
older
the
than her.
baby's born.
Yes, and my baby's only 6 months.
And this is still going on.
Yes.
Where you all are broken up.
Yes. I haven't seen him in over a year.
I don't even want to see them now.
I haven't.
And so
your son.
But you haven't seen the child, Mr. Young?
I have no contact with them. I cut them off completely. Done.
But you've never seen the baby?
No, I don't even know what it looked like.
Looks just like
I'm
it.
sure it probably looked like somebody in her DMs.
It's not an it.
Yeah,
I'm sure it looks like
it. So your thing is, all these men in your DMs, one of them must be the father.
Gotta be.
At the end of the day, the problem is we have a question of paternity and we have a question as to whether or not you are owed the money.
Yes, ma'am.
The great news is that this court can resolve both of those questions today. We had both your daughter and Mr. Young undergo paternity testing.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
In a case of Towns versus Young, as it relates to the minor child born to Ms. Towns,
look, her mom.
it has been determined by this court.
Grandma's always watching him. That's
Do you want the result or do you want to run your mouth? You came here to get answers. I have them. But if you're going to keep talking, I can go on to the next case and you can leave out of here in the same situation that you came. As it relates to the minor child born to Ms. Towns, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Young, you are the father.
Exactly. So I don't hear nothing else.
Pay up, Poppy.
Pay it up, Poppy. I need
Ms.
it.
Towns.
See, look.
Ms.
So
Towns,
hopefully we both be watching it. The kid, right?
Listen.
Not your mom, right?
Let's get some order.
You ain't even been here for a year.
Let's get some order.
You ain't even been here.
As it relates to the rent, you signed the lease. You agreed to pay half the rent. You shouldn't even have moved out, but you chose to. But you still owe the rent payable to Ms. Towns. Judgment for the plaintiff for $1,850. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $1,850.
You have not been here for a year.
The grandma watching the kid.
You have not been here for a year. That's not my grandma. That's my mom.
You finna watch him now.
Listen, that's
You
debatable.
finna watch him now.
Listen.
You're finna watch him now.
It looks like this is going to be continued, right?
Yeah.
To be continued.
Please follow me out.
Jillian House claims her baby shower went awry once strippers and their stripper poles crashed her party. Ellen Samuels says the plaintiff should have ended her event on time.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated. Good morning, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of House versus Samuels. Ms. House, you're suing Ms. Samuels for $2,500 for a baby shower you say she ruined.
Yes.
Tell the
you're
court
right.
what happened.
So essentially what happened was I hired Miss Samuels for an event planner because she worked on my wedding as an assistant wedding planner about 2 years prior.
So you worked with her before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And I got very close to her and trusted her work throughout that experience. I told her about the nature of my family and them being very conservative, and I thought that because of all of the attention to detail that she brought to that wedding, I hired her again for my baby shower. Unfortunately, things did not turn out as planned because she brought strippers and a stripper pole to my baby shower.
What?
Yes.
No.
You brought a stripper and stripper poles to a baby shower, Ms. Samuels?
Your Honor, it was pole instructors. I did not bring strippers or stripper poles to her baby shower.
It's essentially the same thing.
No, I did not. No,
Well,
I
wait a
didn't.
minute now.
No.
That didn't make good sense. You brought them there?
No, Your Honor, what happened was I had an event after her event. I made accommodations for her because the place that she was going to have it originally, something happened. I don't know what happened. So I made accommodations so that we can have it at the venue that I already had an event at.
Okay,
But she was
pause. Ms. House, you had another venue at first?
Yes. So what happened was my friend just offered up her home to me to throw as my baby shower, one of the gifts that she wanted to give me. But unfortunately, a matter of days before the baby shower, we found out that the house was infected with termites.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. So essentially, I told Ms. Samuels what the situation was and tried to see if we can get another venue. And because of the last minute arrangements, we were able to find some accommodations with a venue that she suggested
All
herself.
accommodations.
And you paid the venue a deposit?
Yes, yes.
Do you
I
have
did.
a contract or anything from this venue?
Yes, yes. It's
Let me
right
see
here.
that. Sean, can I see that?
And also enclosed in those documents also are at least one picture from the baby shower that had strippers and stripper poles in the background of the middle of me opening up gifts.
I'm sorry to laugh.
I understand. It sounds
but
ridiculous.
that visual you just gave me, I didn't even get to the picture yet, but Lord,
Your Honor,
it's a little ridiculous.
They were opening gifts at 7 p.m. Her event was over at 5. The reason why the stripper poles were there was because we had to start preparing for the event that started at 8. Her and her guests was supposed to leave at 6 p.m. I extended it an extra hour. Due to the rain, we had to move everything from outdoor to indoor, so I gave her an extra hour. Mind you, me and my team is the one who took everything from outside, moved it inside. I talked to the venue. I said, okay, we can extend it an extra hour. I extended it an extra hour. She was still in the venue at 7 p.m. opening gifts with
So
her
you're
family and
saying
friends.
it's your testimony that the shower ran way past when it was supposed to be
Yes.
there. So you were hired to be the baby shower planner.
Correct.
All right. And you also were in charge of this next event at 8
Correct.
o'clock.
Correct.
Did you make Ms. House aware that at 8 p.m. I am having a party with strippers?
Well, I didn't let her know that it will be pole instructors there because I don't share.
So it's not strippers,
No.
it's pole instructors.
It's pole instructors.
So it's a pole dancing class.
Yes, so a part of the birthday party, they wanted pole instructors to instruct the guests, so I hired pole instructors.
I want to get back to you, Ms. House.
Yes.
Did you know, was it made clear to you that at about 7 o'clock, I have to set up for a birthday party where there will be pole dance instructors? Was that made clear to you?
No, it was not, Your Honor. So what happened was, because of the rain delay, we initially had scheduled for the event to be outdoors. And because of the rain and because of the guests arriving late due to the rain, I talked to Ms. Samuels about potentially just letting the baby shower go a little bit longer
1
to
hour.
accommodate.
1
to
hour.
accommodate for the setup delay and for the rain delay.
From 2 to 5, then you moved from 2 to 6 because it took people a while because of the rain delay, and you were supposed to have it outside.
Yes, the setup
Okay.
took over an hour as well. So I feel like just to get the whole time that I paid for, I talked to Ms. Samuels and to see if we could get more time as an extension to accommodate for the baby shower.
Coming up.
She did not inform me, however, that there were going to be strippers and stripper
But
poles.
I let you know that there was an
And
event
on top
coming.
of that, because of the prior experience that I had with her, with my family at the wedding, she already knew the conservative nature of my family.
And later.
She initially was hesitant, but she wanted to do me a favor.
So what's this about a favor, Miss Martin? Why are we doing favors for people that really need their prescription? I'm not understanding what the favor is about.
Yeah, I will explain, Judge.
We're back with the case of Jillian House, who blames Ellen Samuels for strippers at her baby shower.
This is my first baby shower. It's my first baby. It took a lot to get to this point. I really just entrusted Ms. Samuels to accommodate everything and to take care of it. Now, when she told me about the extension and how that was okay, she did not inform me, however, that there were going to be strippers and stripper
But
poles.
I let you know that there was an
And
event
on top
coming.
of that, because of the prior experience that I had with her, with my family at the wedding, she already knew the conservative nature of my family.
What were you told about the event, or did you feel like you just had all the time in the world?
Well, the only reason why it ran later is because I had already talked to her about the nature of the rain delay. I also thought that she would understand that this would be some information that was worth noting.
What time did you finally leave? What time was the shower finally over?
Almost 7:30.
It was not almost 7:30.
It was
We were
almost
wrapping up around 7.
Your Honor, They were just unwrapping gifts at 7 p.m.
That is not true.
So what time do you say it was over, Ms. House?
It was over around 7 by the time that everything was packed up and we were leaving.
Your Honor, during the event, I was also letting her know, let's keep things moving. Let's start to wrap it up because I do have another event. Instead, she wanted to parlay with her family and friends. They took forever to open the gifts. We ran out of food. It was only supposed to be 50 people. It was 85 plus. They were in and out of in the kitchen when my team was in there grabbing things, it was a lot going on at this event. And I feel like I was more than accommodating for the situation. Again, she only gave me an extra $500. There's no venues in California.
So she did give you an extra $500 for the extra time she ran?
No, that was for the venue. That was the venue price. Originally, it was $2,000 without the venue.
Okay.
And then when I found her a venue, it was an extra $500. Well, when I brought her to the venue, I was already at.
So what I need to know, Ms. House, is why do you think Ms. Samuels owes you $2,500? Your assertion is what? Why are you owed $2,500? Why do you want your money back, pretty much?
Well, essentially, I feel like the end of my baby shower was ruined. She didn't inform me, like I said, of the strippers and the stripper poles. I hired personally a professional photographer to take pictures, and in the middle of opening up gifts, we have half-naked women.
All right. So you feel like your shower was ruined because the end took a nosedive in terms of environment and decorum.
Yes, and not only with that being the only memory that really is essentially taken from the baby shower. Now my mother-in-law is not speaking with me because
Why?
Because of she thinks I have a lack of good judgment based off of the fact that there were strippers at my baby shower, and now she's not talking to me. This has caused a whole rift in my marriage, and I'm getting looks at church.
But the issue becomes, is your baby shower ruined because there was another previously planned event that was taking place that was contrary to, I would guess, the environment you would think would be conducive to a baby shower?
Yes.
That's, at the end of the day, the question.
Yes.
And what I'm hearing you say is you were embarrassed, your mother-in-law was embarrassed, they got angry with you, but at the end of the day, your planner really saved you because you had no venue, because the person that offered up the venue could not do it because of this termite issue. The services were performed to completion and beyond.
Yes,
and I do not think it would have been appropriate for her to tell the next event that they could not start on time because your event was running late.
Yes, I understand.
Have you ever heard the phrase, beggars can't be choosers?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Have you?
I feel badly that you were embarrassed, that your family was uncomfortable, and that you are suffering in the relationship with your mother-in-law. But the truth is that this court has determined that the event planner, Ms. Samuels, has done everything she possibly could. And look, there was an act of God. Rain is an act of God. She couldn't control that, and neither could you. If you were all outside, you would have never seen this. Was this at a place where they had to walk, or could they walk outside without ever coming inside? Did they ever have to come through?
Yes.
They would have had to come through to see the pole, people on the pole anyway to leave?
Yes.
So you weren't going to avoid that view even if it was outside?
Yes, they would have had to see.
The only thing you could have done was to end on time, which unfortunately you couldn't because of the act of God, which is the rain. It has been determined by this court, judgment for the defendant. I hate that happened to you, baby, but such is life. Just laugh at it.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I will never hire you again. This speaks to your character. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Litigants may now exit the court.
Coming up.
The second prescription was different from the original. She should have known better than to leave me to my own vices and to convince her.
So when did you become a victim instead of a person intentionally asking someone to get you a prescription on a prescription that's already expired?
Alvin Reyes claims faulty new eyeglasses are the reason he sideswiped a mailbox. Clara Martin says Mr. Reyes knew his prescription was expired, but wanted the glasses anyway.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Good day.
This is a case of Reyes versus Martin. Mr. Reyes, you are suing Ms. Martin for $1,800. You say that she gave you the wrong prescription. which causes you to not be able to see.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, explain to the court what happened.
Me and Miss Martin, we met at a mutual friend's house. She came highly recommended, so we arranged a time to meet the next day. We arranged to meet at 1:30 p.m. I come into her store. Once she got there, I told her that my prescription had expired, but I still need to get this done because I'm a construction worker and I drive. So the thing that's important to me is making sure that my eyesight is in order. She initially was hesitant, but she wanted to do me a favor.
So what's this about a favor, Miss Martin? Why are we doing favors for people that really need their prescription? I'm not understanding what the favor is about.
Yeah, I will explain, Judge. He told me that he had an expired prescription, and I said, I don't think I can fill that for you. And he explained to me that he had gotten the prescription over a year before, but that at the time he could only afford to pay for the doctor and not for the glasses. And so he had waited until the very last moment to fill the prescription, and would I do him this favor? And I said no, because I'm not supposed to do that, and plus I don't know if his prescription has changed over the past year. However, he kept insisting that I fill the glasses.
Coming up.
You decided to do something that you knew was inappropriate.
I sort of just didn't think straight, and I filled the prescription against my better judgment.
We're back with a dispute between Alvin Reyes and Clara Martin, who are arguing over inadequate eyeglasses.
So you decided to do something that you knew was inappropriate.
Yes, ma'am. Sort of just didn't think straight, and so I filled the prescription against my better judgment. But I did tell him at that time, I asked him, have your eyes changed at all in the past few months or in the past year? Do you see exactly the same as you did before? And he said yes.
But isn't that the reason why a prescription would have an expiration date?
Yes, ma'am. He was desperate because he needed the glasses to work.
There's obviously been some type of damages.
Yes.
What happened as a result of her filling this expired prescription?
Well, after she filled it, she gave me a 72-hour period for the glasses to come in. I come in and get the glasses. I'm out. I'm thinking everything's taken care of. Everything on the road looks good. I'm not having an issue. I'm driving. I didn't even realize there was an issue until I couldn't see the address of where I was going. I turned the corner. Once I turned the corner, my car, the side of the car, hits the mailbox. There's a big scratch on the side. And now I'm not only responsible for repairing the car, but I'm now responsible for the damage to the mailbox.
Okay.
And I expect her to reimburse me for that.
Because you feel like it was the wrong prescription.
After the accident, I went back to get another prescription, and I realized that the second prescription was different from the original. She should have known better than to leave me to my own vices and to convince her.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
So when did you become a victim instead of a person intentionally asking someone to get you a prescription on a prescription that's already expired? When did that happen? Because I missed that transformation where you went into a victim.
Yes, that was my fault for convincing her to do it.
Oh!
But
his words.
Did we just give a ruling, Mr. Reyes?
Your Honor.
I think I heard it was my fault. It is clear to me that, Mr. Reyes, what you did by insisting that she help you, which is what you did, is you put your own self at risk. However, what you did, Ms. Martin, is completely and wholly wrong. And you understand that. There is no way you should have been messing around with an expired prescription.
Yes.
For that reason, both of you all are liable for the damages here. And so I'm only going to award $900 to the plaintiff on his reward. You all need to split these damages. Judgment for the plaintiff for $900. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $900.
You know, if I told you that you drank, none of this would happen.
You should have paid the whole thing.
What?
Should have paid the whole thing.
I don't know if you were drunk or not.
You may now exit the courtroom.
Tanya Ward claims her car was towed after her so-called BFF hogged their shared parking spot. Kimberly Huff says the plaintiff needs to take accountability for her actions, so she's not paying a dime.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Good day, everyone.
Hey, Judge.
This is the case of Ward versus Huff. Ms. Ward, you are suing Ms. Huff for $3,700, which are fees you paid as a result of a car towing.
I'm here to sue my so-called best friend forever, Ms. Kimberly Huff over here. I believe she owes me. She racked up $3,700 in fines and fees for me, and she had no right to do that. She's staying with me rent-free, and we've just been through this so many times. She needs to accept some responsibility.
Just take me back quickly. Where was she parked?
She was parked in my parking spot. So I had to park on the street, and I was the one that ended up waking up in the morning and my car's towed. So.
All right. So Ms. Huff is still living with you?
Not anymore, but she was at the time.
And your apartment or condo complex had parking spaces?
Yes, assigned parking. I work at night. She works in the daytime. She's a kindergarten teacher. I'm a desk manager in the evening. And we usually switch off with no problem. Communication tends to be fairly open, but
Not
you know,
really.
there are certain, well, excuse me.
Go ahead.
I am.
Well, wait, now it sounds like there's some more issues happening here. So how did it come to be that Ms. Huff started living with you? Why did she need to come live with you?
I rescued her. She was going through a horrible breakup. I offered to let her stay with me, get her stuff together, and just live life. She did not pay me back with any kindness, any gratitude. So now I just want money because she cost me quite a bit of money.
You went through a breakup and you
Honor.
needed to come stay with Ms. Ward?
Your Honor, all the personal reasons to stay with her, she was supposed to be my best friend. I mean, she's a great person. We went to college together. I remember one incident, she had a midterm and her alarm clock
You sabotaged
was
me.
unplugged
Exactly.
because I did use it. But she usually has, you know, backup like as the iPhone or whatever as an alarm clock, and she like blames everything about me, and she never takes accountability.
Now, when you broke up, you called to ask her to come move in with her, stay with her for a little while?
No, she actually offered me. I was on my downtimes. She offered a space for me to stay at her place. And then she just like, I don't know, changed. Like her whole mood changed. She started like arguing with me every day after work. She complains about everything, nags about everything.
I'm the best friend you've ever had, and you know that. I think you need to stop with this.
You're manipulating.
No, I think you need to apologize when it's due and it's warranted, and I think it's been warranted plenty of times. This is the last straw. I love you, but I don't like you.
Well, at the end of the day, she can't be too bad because when you needed help,
right,
you went to stay with her. So how did it happen on this day? She was parked in the space.
On this particular day, I was coming home. I saw that her car was parked in my spot. I didn't think it was a huge deal. I thought it's probably temporary. She knew I was due to be home about that time. So I get upstairs, I go in, I see she's just passed out on the couch, and I don't have the heart to wake her.
Let me be clear.
Yes.
You came home at a time when normally you would just pull into the space and park because she'd be gone?
Yes.
Or did you come home at a time where she normally parks in the space?
Not where she normally parks in the space. It was she had no reason to be there. So I thought, in this particular instance, because it's so fluid, we never have to argue over a parking space where
So you
one
go
is
up there,
gone.
she's asleep.
She's sleeping.
You don't want to wake her up.
Correct.
But she's in your spot.
Yes.
Well, where's your car?
I parked on the street. I wake up in the morning, go downstairs to where I parked my cart, it's gone. So I look up, where do I find my car? I find a little sign and where to
Your
call
Honor,
in.
she's college educated and she can't read signs because clearly it said no trespassing.
What is that?
This is the sign that she saw. Clearly, you
How
can
do you
read,
know I
right?
saw it clearly?
Let
Were
me
you
see
awake?
that. Sean,
Were
will you
you
hand me that
sleeping?
evidence, please?
Were you not sleeping?
Thank
or were
you.
you
You need to
pretending?
learn how
were
to
you
read.
pretending?
You're a
So
college
hold on,
educator.
Ms.
Totally
Huff, you're
pretending.
saying that you took a picture of the sign that was outside where Ms. Ward parked her car. Yes. And it clearly says no trespassing.
Yeah, and she's trying to blame me for
parking
it.
for tenants only, 1 vehicle per apartment allowed, and any vehicles parked outside of the designated areas will be towed. Visitors, I think that's you, Ms. Huff, must park outside on the street.
Your Honor, I
All
feel
violators will be towed.
She's always blaming
It's her
stuff on me.
inconsiderate,
See, she
thoughtless
doesn't even make
nature.
sense, Your
You
Honor.
don't even apologize. How am I supposed to help you if you don't tell me anything? I'm
Your
your friend.
communication
You
is
live
horrible.
rent-free for
All right,
a
Ms.
year.
Ward, what does this have to do with a parking space? I don't know.
Coming up.
You're not really being honest and authentic about what you feel about the other person. Now, I don't know why.
I know that she's been withholding information.
always the
I
last
have
straw
a
with
witness
her.
here who can attest
Oh
to
my
she's
gosh.
holding something back.
And later.
We tried conceiving, we couldn't have a child, and so our neighbors said, you know, we have a cult here, and if you guys want to take it in, you guys can take it in. So we took it, and we basically raised it as our child.
We're back with BFFs Tanya Ward and Kimberly Huff, who are arguing over the cost of a towed car.
Obviously, both of you have some hidden resentments for one another. You are in a long-standing friendship, but you're not really being honest and authentic about what you feel about the other person. Now, I don't know why you waited to get to We the People to decide that you all want to talk about your relationship, but since we're here, let's indulge.
I know that she's been withholding information.
always the
I
last
have a
straw with
witness
her.
here who can attest
Oh
to
my
she's
gosh.
holding something back. She has no
Please
reason.
stand up. Who is your witness? Stand up, sir.
Hello, Your Honor. I am Kevin. I'm a building security. On the particular night you're talking about, I saw Kim and an unknown male that I've never seen before, and I've been at this building for 5 years. I've never seen this guy. And
Kim is Ms. Huff.
Yes, Miss Huff.
You saw Ms. Huff and a man
And
you
a
didn't recognize.
unknown man I've never seen before. They were in a heated argument. So as I proceeded to break the argument up, I told the guy he has to leave. And when he left, I see Miss Huff was she was scared. So I told her to go ahead and park in the parking structure because she looked in fear for her life. I didn't want to do my rounds, come back, and the guy is on her, you know what I mean?
Right, so did you direct her to park in Ms. Ward's space, or did you just tell her to park in the structure?
I told her to park in the structure. They're assigned one parking spot for the tenant.
And you knew she was staying with Ms. Ward?
Yes.
And then after you parked in the parking space, Ms. Huff, you went upstairs?
Yes. Yeah, it's an ex that I'm dealing with. Unfortunately, he's stalking me, and we were arguing, and I'm sorry for all of this, but that's just kind of how my life is right now.
Does that explain to you then why she pulled in the spot? Because your witness, the witness you brought to court, says he's the one that told her to pull in the spot.
All of this is told to me after the fact.
I'm not sure why he's your witness, but
he was present and he knows that that's my spot. I live there.
And
She
he
had no
told her
right
to
be
park there.
He told her to park in a spot in the building.
He
did
just
not-
testified that he told her to pull in your spot. Did you say
I
that?
told her to go ahead and park in the spot for her safety. I didn't necessarily say her spot, but I did say go ahead and park in the garage. So maybe this is on me.
So you owe Ms. Ward $3,700?
No. Your Honor, pockets are empty, Your Honor. I don't have that, but I'm saying.
I know I don't.
You probably do, but I'm saying. I directed her to go ahead and park in the parking structure for her safety. So maybe you guys.
But this whole night, I'm not informed of this. So I go to sleep thinking she just fell asleep. She's so tired and she's working so hard. She's going to pay me back. I go to bed fully, everything's fine. I find this out later. I'm worried what could have happened to me or her. No one told me anything. I feel like that shouldn't go on.
This is the problem. The inconvenience of them of her being in your spot, I completely understand. But what I don't go do is then pull in an illegal spot and then act like somebody else owes me money. You can't do that. Then when you have the opportunity to come up and say, hey, Kimberly, wake up. You're in my parking spot and I need to park now. Why aren't you at work? You don't. You say, oh, I just don't have the heart to wake her up because she's sleeping. That's where this story turns into ridiculousness. Because if you really cared about being able to pull in your spot at that time, and you really feared having to pay $3,700, you just wake her up and say, you got to move your car.
For the record, it's my pattern and practice of parking in my assigned spot. I'm unfamiliar with what the street parking laws are. I was just coming home very weary as she was, probably, and I failed to see that sign. This is a given. This is valid.
Exactly. And that's going to be a lesson to you. You decided, right? You decided unilaterally, I'm going to just pull my car over here and go up and see what's wrong with her. Once you saw she was asleep, you still left your car there. You didn't read the signs. Unfortunately, I realize it doesn't seem right that you do a good deed for a friend only to be inconvenienced and then have to pay money to get your car. But the truth is, she don't owe you any money for it. It has been determined by this court the judgment is for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Told you it wasn't my fault. Three of you. Love you.
I can afford it. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Coming up,
Why did you stop coming and taking care of the horse and offering this knowledge you have as a vet assistant?
This man here, you seemed really composed, but he has serious anger management issues.
George Larson claims his ex-wife needs to pay up after she abandoned the horse they had raised as their child. Tony Ochoa claims she did her best, but Mr. Larson made it impossible to care for the animal.
This is the case of Larson versus Ochoa. Mr. Larson, you are suing Ms. Ochoa for $2,850 for costs you say are associated with the care of a horse.
I was married to Miss Ochoa for about 10 years. We tried conceiving, we couldn't have a child, and so our neighbors said, we have a colt here, and if you guys want to take it in, you guys can take it in. So we took it, and we basically raised it as our child. We named him Jacob, and he was a big part of our lives. And just my father passed away. We lost part of our family farm, and I lost my job, and it was just a tumultuous series of events. And she decided to file for divorce and left me and Jacob. And so I was left to take care of Jacob for all that time. I would feed him. She would be in charge of taking care of him in the evenings. And so she would take care of him for about 2 years, but then she got a boyfriend, and in the last 3 months, she just basically abandoned us.
Did you abandon them, Ms. Ochoa?
Your Honor, we agreed that I would still come, and I did faithfully. And
Even after the divorce?
I did.
Coming up.
I'm not jealous. I just want her to,
Were
meet
you
me halfway.
arguing out at the restaurant or bar where they were?
No, well, I went to the bar and they said, hey, if you're going to be hanging out with him, I don't want you to come to the ranch. I don't want you to come see me. She can come alone.
We're back with a battle between exes George Larson and Tony Ochoa over veterinary bills for their horse.
Sounds like you had an agreement.
It was a verbal agreement until she decided not to come anymore. So she got a boyfriend, and in these last 3 months, Jacob was having health issues. I was the only one taking care of him. I'm not the expert. She's a vet assistant. So I had to call the veterinarian, get him a checkup, and he did x-rays, CAT scans, all these different tests. And I don't have any money. The only money that I make is selling eggs and milk at the local stand.
So if you love the horse so much, Ms. Ochoa, why did you stop coming and taking care of the horse and offering this knowledge you have as a vet assistant?
This man here, you seemed really composed, but he has serious anger management issues. I wanted to come. He would approach me, as well as with my new boyfriend, in public. We were at a bar just recently, and you got in our faces threatening. He flat out.
So the way he acted towards you and your new boyfriend made you feel unsafe.
Absolutely.
And you didn't want to come by and help take care of Jacob anymore.
I wanted to come. You said that basically that I couldn't. I think what this is really about is I think you're maybe a little bit jealous.
I'm not jealous. I just want her to,
Were
meet
you
me
arguing
halfway.
out at the restaurant or bar where they were?
No, well, I went to the bar and I said, hey, if you're gonna be hanging out with him, I don't want you to come to the ranch. I don't want you to come see me. She can come alone. I said, you can come alone.
But don't bring someone
But don't
else.
bring someone else. Come take care of the horse. Jacob, it turns out that he had a ruptured heart vessel and he passed away.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
Do you have any evidence of these issues?
Yeah, I have the medical bill right
Please
here.
present them to the
Yeah.
court. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
This was all given to me in the last 3 months. When she stopped picking up the phone, she stopped coming over. So I just need her to meet me halfway.
And so
in a
you're
verbal
not
agreement.
suing her for the entire month?
No, definitely not. Yes.
All right. So when you heard about Jacob, Ms. Ochoa, what did you hear?
I was working a double shift the day that he passed. There was no way to get to my phone.
When was the last time you had seen Jacob?
Probably almost 2 months.
So it had been 2 months. How long, Mr. Larson?
It was 3 months. She just stopped showing up. I basically said, you can come check the horse. And then she chose not to come.
Threatening. The
didn't
number
care
of
for
times you have
Jacob.
called.
I've heard sufficient testimony. This is it. You felt like you didn't want to go over there without your boyfriend because you were fearful. The one problem is that you all had an operating system, that you both took care of this horse. But you stopped taking care of the horse financially. That's not all right. It is clear to this court that you did have a financial obligation to help care for Jacob. I also feel like you had a moral duty to figure out if you didn't want to come there to render the care, then send one of your vet assistant friends or someone else there. It has been determined by this court, judgment for the plaintiff for $2,850. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $2,850.
You left Jacob. I can't believe you did that. Like, we didn't have to come here. You didn't have to do all these different things. And it was just, you left home, you left Jacob.
How about leave me alone?
Fiona Thomas claims her ex-best friend temporarily blinded her by giving her makeup remover instead of lens solution. Lori Peters says Ms. Thomas is utterly ridiculous if she thinks it was anything but an accident.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding. Good morning, Judge.
You may be seated. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Thomas versus Peters. Ms. Thomas, you are suing Ms. Peters for $3,000 for medical expenses and 1 month's wages. Ms. Peters, you say that the incident was just an accident and you are not responsible.
Yes.
All right. Let's start with you, Ms. Thomas. Please tell the court what happened.
My now ex-best friend temporarily blinded me, and honestly, I believe that she's been after me from the very start of our friendship.
Really?
Yes. We met in college and we were in the same sorority, and she, to be quite honest with you, just always had it out for me because I think she likes to hold this air of superiority. She thinks she's better than everybody else and is often bragging and holding up her great achievements, which I'm just proud of her for. But she does so much comparison. I took it out of just the kindness of my heart to plan a trip for us to go to Palm Springs together. I even found the Airbnb. I arranged the whole thing. The only thing she had to do was drive, and she offered to do so because she said she was understanding that I drive quite often as I work as a rideshare driver. But then, as we were driving, I realized that I forgot my contact solution at home, and I just get really dry-eyed. I have a hard time seeing without my contact lenses. She said that she believed she had some contact solution left over in her car, so she gave it to me. And the next night, after we were at the pool, we're about to go out for dinner, I used the contact solution, and I've never been in such excruciating pain in my entire life. My eyes just I couldn't stop crying, just screaming in pain. I turned the brightest bloodshot red. I have evidence of that experience with photos.
Let me see your evidence.
Yes.
So wait, so she gave you what she thought was contact solution, but what was it?
I don't believe that she did think it was contact solution, but apparently it was eye makeup remover that gave me serious chemical burns and blinded me for a month.
Blinded you for a month?
Yes.
So I see your picture with very, very red eyes. You also had to go to the urgent care. You had to go actually to the emergency.
Yes. She took me to the emergency room in that moment.
So she took you there.
Well,
Ms. Peters, what happened in your estimation? I mean, I see these red eyes. I see the bills for the medical expenses. What happened?
Yes, it was a mistake. This was an honest mistake. I got LASIK eye surgery a few months ago. I used to wear contact lenses. When I was traveling for work one day, I put liquid eye makeup remover in my contact solution bottle.
You were traveling, so you put eye makeup remover in your contact.
It was like a travel-sized bottle, a contact solutions lens bottle.
And you put that in there so you could remove your makeup. It was a little travel-sized bottle, so you just use that to fill it up.
Yes, to go to the airport.
But doesn't eye makeup remover come in a small size where it's already in a plain appropriate size, or you had a large?
I had a large bottle, so that's why I ended up putting it in the smaller bottle. So after we came home that day, she said, "Oh my God, I forgot my contact solutions," because she wears contacts. I said, "Okay, I think I have it in my makeup bag." So when we're at the pool, she's like, "I need it," so I gave it to her. Of course, her eyes started stinging, and I immediately brought her to the ER. Later, I remembered that it was eye makeup remover. Now, when we get back to LA, I've apologized profusely. In fact, I bought her groceries.
Oh my gosh.
I got her dinners.
You brought me groceries.
And she kept harassing me over the phone.
I wouldn't have had.
Ms. Thomas, you get the bottle, you use it, your eyes start burning, you have to go to the hospital. You can't see for how many days?
For an entire month. And yes, she did drive me and bring me groceries in that time, but she's acting as if like that was some big burden on her, where I felt like such a burden because I wasn't able to do those things for myself. And then at that end of that month, I received this massive hospital bill, and I reached out to her thinking that as my friend, she would, of course, want to contribute to that, especially considering that she has such a higher income than me that she loves to hold over my head.
No, I don't.
When I went to send her this text message, my text went green because she blocked me. She blinded me and then she blocked me.
Coming up.
She has been harassing me, telling me that I need to get her groceries, telling me that I need to drive her, forcing me to pay her for things, bringing her to the doctors. Meanwhile, she's driving, and I have evidence.
And later.
So you get the bouncy castle, blew it all the way up.
So when he blew it up, everything looked as it should be. But when I looked inside, there were large patches, and I asked him about it, and he said that it would be okay.
We're back with the case of Fiona Thomas, who is suing her ex-best friend, Lori Peters, for temporarily blinding her.
Did you block her, Ms. Peters?
Yes, I did. Your Honor, she was harassing me while I was at work, calling me 24/7, blowing up my phone, blowing up my Instagram, and in fact, I have evidence myself. Now, this temporary blindness was only supposed to last between 4 to 6 weeks.
You're lucky it didn't last longer than that.
Excuse me, 2 to 3 weeks later, through our mutual friend, who's closer to her than to me, I'm scrolling on Instagram. I click on her Instagram story just to see her driving. Now, she has been harassing me, telling me that I need to get her groceries, telling me that I need to drive her, forcing me to pay her for things, bringing her to the doctors. Meanwhile, she's driving, and I have evidence.
I'd like to see that evidence. You submitted a video to the court?
Yes, I did.
Let's see this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for what we're doing later. This is gonna be the best day. Are you ready? Woo!
It looks like you can see just fine in that video, Ms. Thomas.
You know, anybody could post a video that could have been taken any long time ago and post it now in order to help her look better.
This is annoying because I'm not understanding, Ms. Thomas, why do you think Ms. Peters would plot to put eye makeup remover inside of a contact lens bottle and just wait for you to ask her to use contact lens solution so she could blind you? I mean, you are actually in this court testifying as if she planned an attack on you because she thinks she's superior to you and she wants to make you feel worse about yourself because she's so much better than you.
She does, in fact, act like that.
Are you hallucinating?
No, I'm not hallucinating.
Nobody
she has
does
always
that.
been this way.
If you don't think this woman has good intentions by you, why are you taking her on a trip? Because the truth is, everything you're talking about is just a drama because you're a drama queen. This is obvious.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't have reached out to her. She doesn't seem like the kind of person.
I'm sure she would have hoped you didn't.
I certainly regret it.
Accusing her of sitting up and pouring eye makeup remover into a little bottle. And this is why the story is just so unbelievable and ridiculous. Because how is she going to know? Do you think she would sit there and plot and say, at some point, she's going to need contact solution.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I know she's going to have forgotten it. Get a grip. Don't waste my time up in this courtroom. I have real cases to see, real people to help, and real dilemmas to help solve.
Fine, I guess I'm a drama queen.
You are. And now you're going to smile.
Look,
if you need attention, get a friend. Get a dog.
Get a therapist.
Don't get a therapist. That's a good one, Ms. Peters.
Yes. I really think she needs help.
But do not come up in this courtroom wasting the court's time on an issue that you clearly know was an error. She has shown regret and remorse for the mistake, feeding you and running around trying to take care of you because she felt awful about it. No one would want to do that to another human being. And you know good and well, you could have gone back to work if you wanted. After you flushed your eyes out, it might have taken you a couple of days. I see the doctors, the medical expenses that you did incur, but this was not intentional, nor was it in any way negligent. This was an accident.
I disagree.
I'm glad. And when you get yourself a courtroom and a gavel and a robe, you can make the ruling. But for now, this one is mine, and the judgment is for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
So how do you feel about the verdict?
I'm very pleased, but in fact, I actually feel sorry for her because I really think she needs help.
Any thoughts?
I really regret giving her a second chance as a friend.
I'm going to forgive you for myself, not for you, because you need to learn to grow up.
Coming up.
I asked her, if you want, you can go jumping on it. Everything was working.
Your Honor, we only tested out the bouncy castle when he set it up for like a minute, and that was it.
Zahir Wasson claims his neighbor rented his bouncy castle, and when she returned it, it was riddled with holes. Rita Kumar says the castle collapsed because it was patched when she got it.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Wasson versus Kumar. Mr. Wasson, you're suing Ms. Kumar for $1,560. You say she returned your bouncy house damaged, and Ms. Kumar, you said it was faulty and worn down, and it was not your fault. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Wasson, please tell the court what happened to your bouncy house.
Your Honor, I owned this bouncy castle for 10 years, and I bought it for my kids. And it was the best investment because they have fun. I sometimes rent it out to the families, friends, neighbors. And it ended up, I gave it to her, and it ended up with holes and it damaged. It's unusable anymore, Your Honor.
Okay, so tell me why you gave it to her or you rented it to her?
I rented to her.
All right, how much was the rental cost?
It was $50. I just gave it for $50 because she's
$50?
Yes, Your Honor.
For a bouncy castle?
For a whole day.
Why did you give it to Ms. Kumar for $50 for the whole day?
Because she is a friend and a neighbor, Your Honor.
And did you realize, Ms. Kumar, that $50 was a significant discount?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, so you're at a party. What kind of party are you having?
So it was my big 3-0.
So you get the bouncy castle, blew it all the way up, and everything looked great.
So when he blew it up, everything looked as it should be, but when I looked inside, there were large patches and there were seams that were worn out, and I asked him about it and he said that it would be okay.
Coming up.
Did you have Ms. Kumar sign a damage waiver?
I have not, because Ms. Kumar was one of my friends. I thought it's...
We're back with neighbors Zahir Wasson and Rita Kumar, who are arguing over a damaged bouncy castle.
So you saw worn out seams?
Yes.
When you say worn out seams, describe to the court what they looked like.
I have a photo. May I present
Even
you
better.
with an evidence?
Sean, may I see the photo, please?
So this is what it looked like after 2 hours of it being inflated.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It had collapsed. And so I see also here a receipt. You had rented this bouncy castle to another client the week before.
Exactly.
And everything worked out fine.
Yes, I always have him sign the damage waiver. It shows that it's used and it completely works before, during, and after the party.
Did you have Ms. Kumar sign a damage waiver?
I have not, because Ms. Kumar was one of my friends. I thought it's insulting if I have her sign that paper.
Okay, but I'm looking at a picture here where I can see it does look a little worn in the seam area. I just saw that picture.
Yes, here it is. Those are the seams that I was talking about.
It to her. Because when I gave it to her at the other birthday party, it was completely working. If it was like that in a picture, it wouldn't blow up all the way for the other party that I get it rented for.
Ms. Kumar, you're testifying that the seam looked like that
before the party, when he blew it up in front of me and I asked him about the large patches and the worn out seams. This was one of the seams that were worn out.
I asked her, if you want, you can go jumping on it. Everything was working.
Your Honor, we only tested out the bouncy castle when he set it up for like a minute, and that was it.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns.
I'm not sure if it was in great condition when you took it over to Ms. Kumar's. The picture that we're seeing with the seams, you're saying that her guest calls it, she's saying that it was like that when she got it. I don't see the same letter that you had signed by your previous client. I don't see that Ms. Kumar signed it.
Because she's not a client, she is a friend to me.
Exactly. So you charged her $50 and this really wasn't a business deal. You should have made sure she signed off on something indicating that all of the entire bouncy house was checked and it was in great working order. Because what she's saying is, I did see there were seams and I talked to him about it, but you said it was fine, so they went on ahead and used it. I actually have empathy for you in terms of the position you're in. You try to do something nice. You feel like when you get the item back, the item is not working the way it did the week before. The problem is that Ms. Kumar did testify that the seams, what she saw them to be problematic. It looks to me like it is slightly worn, which is why I believe the bouncy house collapsed. So it is for that reason, judgment for the defendant in this case. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
You got what you asked for. Too bad.
You gotta buy me a new bouncy.
I'm not buying you anything. The judge ruled already. Go to the store and get yourself something.
I'm so upset.
That's not my problem.
Sorry, it didn't work out.
Georgia and Trevor Egan claim false accusations of infidelity drove them to couples therapy. Joseph Ramos says Mr. Egan is a serial cheater and only has himself to blame.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Egan versus Ramos. Mr. Egan, you are suing Mr. Ramos for $1,600 for fees for couples therapy. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And you say that he did cheat, he's telling the truth, and you don't owe him any money.
Yes. Your
All
Honor.
right, let's start from the beginning. How did we get here?
Well, Your Honor, our extensive history, Joseph and I, starts in college at USW Dallas. And he was my roommate. During college, I started dating a lot of different women. He started to become jealous. He started to see me in a different type of light because he was envious. Then he started to badmouth me behind my back. He'd go each and every girlfriend and make up lies about me, create disarray in my life. He even stole test scores from the exam and then go straight to me and say, hey, Trevor was the one that did it. Wasn't me. Never stopped until I got married to my lovely wife, Georgia, and then we started to live our lives together. We had 2 kids, and I'm a pilot by trade. I flew across the country, and my buddy Joseph decided to attack my wife once again and start bad-mouthing me.
You all were friends from college.
We were friends from college, and when it got to the point of we're having the mix of circle of friends, everybody has the same people, same group. I didn't like them, but my wife knew them.
So
they
you're
became
friends by association?
By only association.
Okay, so you have mutual friends.
Mutual friends, but that's the furthest.
We're friends.
My wife is friends with them. They were going to a wedding. We're all a person in college. They all graduated. They're going to the wedding. We all got invited. I couldn't make it. So at a time where people were supposed to exchanging vows, everyone's partying, enjoying their time, I'm not there. I'm at work. Joseph took it upon himself to once again throw a wrench in my marriage and attack my life, saying rumors to her saying that, hey, he's been cheating on you, he's been doing these things, and just completely bad-mouthing me.
So, Mr. Ramos, I want to ask you this. He seems to think you've had it out for him for years.
Those are all lies.
Is that true?
No.
So what is your opinion and your feelings towards Mr. Egan?
Honestly, we've been friends like back in the college days, but he was always been a friend to me. We were even roommating together, and I've seen everything about him, and I got to know him, and honestly, I got tired of it, and he's honestly been cheating, and he's cheated since day one, and he's cheated on all his relationships.
And so what? Something about him just irks you because what is it? I mean, I don't mean this in a funny way, but why is it your business or your care?
Because she's a friend of mine. She's my best friend. I love her like a sister.
Okay.
I never had any type of feelings
So
for
your
her.
allegiance is with Mrs. Egan.
Yes.
He was always in love with her, Your Honor. He always loved her. And she can attest to that as well. Like, he's always had a thing for her because he's always been jealous.
No, Your Honor, I've never been in love. I've always took care of her. Their marriage has been falling since day one. She's been coming to me venting.
That was one time we were going through a rough patch.
It's been multiple times.
He was traveling, and I'm taking care of his 2 kids.
Mr. Ramos, you're saying you're a dedicated friend.
Yes.
You're there for her.
Yes.
You've even walked her through a rough patch with
Yes.
Mr. Egan when they were having a rough patch. You were there to confide in, and you were her confidant.
Yes.
Is that true?
Earlier he said
we
best
were just
friend.
best friends.
And
Well, that's what best friends do,
I
right?
think that's
Yes.
a bit too.
Nothing
a bit
else.
Too much.
And she always came to me to vent, and I always helped her through everything. And she always explained to me why isn't
That
he
was
answering
2
the
times.
phone, answering the text during the day, during the night.
Honestly, 2 times, Ramos, you just got to let go, man.
I
It's
think-
like you're not going to be with my wife ever.
I don't know if it was that. He also flies, so he
I
can't.
don't have feelings for you. You're my best friend, but I'm not gonna let you
She
get
obviously hurt
hurt
doesn't
by
feel
a
the
guy
same way.
that guy's been cheating on you
Like,
since
is
the
that your
beginning.
MO? Go be a homewrecker, just throw wrenches? Hey,
Well,
man,
I
he's
got
cheating.
Let's direct the testimony to me.
Okay.
Because I do really want to understand how over these years this disconnection, whatever this thing is between you two, has developed.
Coming up.
What proof do you have
No, I'd
that
love to
he's
see
been cheating?
Love to see
I have
this.
a witness.
A witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like that witness to be escorted into the court.
And later.
Her son ended up throwing food, salami sandwiches, into the pit, causing us to get kicked out find even.
We're back with a dispute between Georgia and Trevor Egan, who are suing Joseph Ramos for their couple's therapy bills.
Ms. Egan, you've played a part in it because your husband spends so much time away working or whatever he may be doing. I mean, I don't know who to believe yet, but he spends so much time away. You then are relying on Mr. Ramos in an unhealthy way to kind of fill in the gap, talk to, and work through some of the issues you may have. You're shaking your head, but when he said, I talked to you when he was cheating or you guys had an issue, you said, yes, I did do that.
2, maybe 3 times.
In our 4-year of marriage.
2 maybe 3 times? That's significant. That makes a person feel like they're your confidant. Do you or do you not admit to talking to Mr. Ramos 2 to 3 times about your marriage?
I do.
And confiding in him?
Yes.
Is he your best friend? He says you're his best friend. Is he your best friend?
More during our college years. I would say since we got married, I kind of have been focusing more on my marriage and our 2 kids.
So you just come to him and use him when you need him?
When they see each other, Your Honor, it's brief. It's when I'm out of town because she's lonely. She doesn't have, and I can't answer the calls, and that's the majority of the time when they talk is because I'm on the plane. I can't answer.
But it's not just Joseph.
Please, Lord, don't let him answer the phone while he's flying. Listen. And what's confusing me is you're suing for $1,600 for couples therapy. You all don't seem like a couple who needed any therapy, or either whatever kind of therapy you got sure enough worked, because it didn't seem like you all been through anything. Everything you say, your wife just goes, oh, I don't know, I kind of knew him.
Well, we all have our hiccups,
What happened? I want to know how this became so contentious, why you think Mr. Ramos is trying to throw you under the bus, and Mr. Ramos, I want to understand why you think Miss Egan need to be warned.
Before a wedding, I met up with an old friend of mine, and she actually told me that he's been cheating on her, and so I have valid proof that he's been cheating.
What proof do you have that he's been cheating?
Love to see
I have
this.
a witness.
A witness?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like that witness to be escorted into the court. Sean, will you please escort Miss Silva into the court? All right now.
Hi, my name is Naomi Silva. I'm here on behalf of Joseph to show evidence that Trevor has been cheating on his wife.
Love to see it.
Okay. So you came in with your evidence. Sean, pass me Miss Silva's evidence.
Thank you very much.
So, Miss Silva, you say you have the proof.
I do, and it's all right there.
It's in the form of text messages.
Yes, social media.
Oh,
Snapchat.
it's a DM.
Yes.
All right, I
A
have to learn
private
these things.
message.
I'm a little old.
That's Snapchat. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's not
the
a
one they
DM.
erase. Yeah,
It's a Snapchat. Okay, I got to learn. All right, so I'm not sure you do. You're married, right? Then Trevor, which is Mr. Egan, responds, old habits die hard.
There's no way.
And then Miss Silva, you put ... And Mr. Egan says, you there? And then you say, I'm not sure this is a good idea. Uh-oh.
You're looking at a Snapchat platform. Where's the validity of this? Where's the background?
Your username. It's
oh,
right
the
there.
username.
That's
Anybody
you.
can make the username. This is guaranteed not me. And if it was
That
a
is
drunken
you.
text or something like that,
Oh,
it is
if it
just
was,
a text.
is it-
I don't believe it was, but if it was.
A drunken text. He's continuously messaged me, sent me pictures, videos, saying
Wow.
that he married the wrong woman and that he's going to leave her to be with me.
Prove it.
So if that's
Other
drunk,
than Snapchat.
oh, there's
What do you
many
mean drunken
messages.
text? Because it sounded like you were unsure if you
Miss
said it or
Silva,
not.
did you bring any of those pictures and videos you're testifying about?
So this is what I saved, and I think this is valid enough. He's talking about how he misses my body and that he wants to sleep with me again.
When you're spreading rumors to the wife about cheating and having sex with other people, did I have sex with you?
Oh, but we did sleep together. We slept together all throughout college.
And you're just a scorned woman. You're a scorned woman trying to get back
I
at me.
do not want you at all, please. The evidence
you're
is
trying to
there.
get back. I never dated you.
He continues to message me. If you don't want to be with me, stop messaging me. Stop sending me pictures. Stop contacting me.
Does this look like what your husband's account looks like? You look a little nervous right now. You don't seem as convinced that your husband is telling the truth, that this wasn't him. What are you feeling in this moment?
I am familiar with that, the avatar.
You're familiar with the avatar. It looks like it could be his page.
That's his avatar.
And how does that make you feel looking at that?
Did you send those texts?
No.
Even if they were...
Definitely didn't send them.
That's his message.
Yeah, but you said, oh, maybe if I was drunk or
And
I
we
don't
talked
know.
about in counseling, if we're going through it, if I get a text, but I've
you
never
could've-
acted on anything.
So you could have been
All
drunk
right, well,
and
it
you
looks
could have...
like you all got a lot more to work out in counseling. We don't need to work it out here, and we the people. Because we the people already understand that y'all need to stay in counseling. Mr. Ramos don't owe you a dime. Judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
All rise. Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The co-plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I don't know why you had... I don't know. I mean...
Dude, I swear.
Put me through this to embarrass me in front of
It was to get him. He's
all
the
these
one
people
attacking.
and our friends.
This is from college years ago. I haven't touched her or seen her. I'm sorry. I understand your position looking in, and I get it. But dude, this wasn't me. I want him to pay
I
for
don't know.
counseling because he's a little weasel.
No, I need a lot of time. I need time.
Take your time, whatever you need, and then we'll talk.
Coming up.
She's screaming about something about sandwiches and gummy bears and throwing them off in the gorilla pit and all this other stuff, and my son's responsible.
Susan Leonard claims her family was kicked out of the zoo after her son's friend threw food in the gorilla pit. Lauren Nevins says the children were in the plaintiff's care, so she's not responsible.
This is the case of Leonard versus Nevins. Ms. Leonard, you are suing Ms. Nevins for $692.48 for fines you incurred. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Explain to the court what happened.
Well, I had taken her son to the zoo, and her son and my son are friends. And I have been with them for a very long time. They're close friends. They're in my neighborhood. And she went to work. I brought him over, and we all went to the zoo with my daughter and my son. We ended up having a good time at the petting zoo. When we moved on to the gorilla, I think it was like the gorilla unit, her son ended up throwing food, salami sandwiches, into the pit, causing us to get kicked out, fined even.
Ms. Nevins, I want to go to you. So you've known Ms. Leonard for a long time.
Yes, and she's a stay-at-home mom, so all the kids gather, they hang out all the time, she takes them to the movies, there's pool parties. This day, though, she wanted to take all the kids to the zoo. So all I get later is a phone call where she's screaming about something about sandwiches and gummy bears and throwing them off in the gorilla pit and all this other stuff, and my son's responsible. I had told him repeatedly, please stop, no, and this all occurred behind my back. Every time I turned around, he would stop, he would do it. I even caught the security even telling him and the crew who worked there.
So you told him multiple times to stop throwing things in there. Even the security told him, don't throw items in there.
Very defiant.
And I'm sure at the zoo somewhere they had a sign.
Yeah, there's a sign. I have proof right here.
I'd like to see that, but you don't even really need to send that. I've been to enough places to know they're going to tell you don't touch anything.
Yes.
Don't throw anything in there. Yeah, here it is. Do not feed the animals.
Coming up.
Well, after they told him repeatedly to stop, they said, you know, you have to get out of here. Even on the sign it says that we'll be taken out because of that.
We're back with the case of Susan Leonard, who brought Lauren Nevins to court over zoo fines.
What happened when they threw you out? What happened exactly? Take me to that moment.
Well, after they told him repeatedly to stop, they said, you know, you have to get out of here. Even on the sign it says that we'll be taken out because of that. And even I could go to jail.
All right, so someone came up to you and said, you're all going to have to leave.
Yes.
How many of you were there?
There was me, my daughter, my son, and her son.
Okay, did any of the kids throw anything into the area?
No, none of the other kids did. From my point of view, if my son was here, he would be able to say that he also did it.
He would be able to say that he also did it?
Yeah, when I talked to him at home, he said that he was not a part of that. They were just doing what kids do, playing with each other.
So you're saying your son will say that he did not throw anything into the cage?
He did not throw anything.
All right. So, Ms. Nevins, I want to come back to you. When you heard, you said there was a whole big thing. We got thrown out of the park. It's Joshua's fault.
Yep.
And how did you respond?
That's absolutely ridiculous. And of course, I'm not going to pay that fine. It's almost $700 for what? I mean, he was in your care. He was in her care. There, on that sign right there, it says that if you are under 16 years old, you need a guardian accompanying you.
And he did have that, right?
He did.
Right. He had.
And I thought I could trust
an adult accompanying him.
Yeah. So if your son was in my care, I would expect the same thing.
Had your child gotten hurt in Ms. Leonard's care, she could potentially have been held responsible for her negligence or her, willful disregard for his safety. Joshua, stand up for the court, please. It is the opinion of this court that your child has far, exceeded in age where this woman could be responsible for where he was standing, what he was doing. He was told multiple times not to do it. He did it anyway. Under the law, parents, they can be held responsible for their child's willful misconduct. For that reason, judgment for the plaintiff for $692.48. Court is adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $692.48.
Joshua, I just hope you understand that this was a learning experience for you and my son also. And I understand that things in our community are, not the same as they're going to be. But I hope we all learn and grow from it.